I'm Coach Corey Wayne, and this is my video coaching newsletter. And the topic of this newsletter is going to be never call to verify a date with a woman. This is really super important. On a scale of 1 to 10, a girl has to perceive you as being a 5 or better. Attraction's not a choice. Either you're a 5 or better in her book, or you're a 4 and below. And if you're a 4 and below, you ain't got no shot. Nothing you can do about it. Doesn't matter if you're the best looking dude in the world, you're Brad Pitt, you're rich, you're handsome, whatever. If you don't meet her minimum standards of attraction, if you just simply don't push her buttons, then you're out. And then you got to move on. But the thing to understand about that is that on a scale of 1 to 10, when you're a 5 or better, you got a chance. But the closer you are to a 5, the harder a woman is going to make it for you to get to her front door or to meet her out for drinks. And so when you're trying to make a definite date with a girl, if you're like barely hanging on, if you're like a 5 in her book and she's not really excited about the idea, but she thinks, he's kind of cute, I guess I'll go out with him. But she might not really be overly enthusiastic about it. And then when you're planning the date, if she says, well, just call before you come, or call me the day of the date to just tie things down, or call me a couple days before just to remind me of the day. When a girl says shit like that, she's basically leaving a way for her to cancel the date on you. And so the reason why you never agree to a call to verify type of date is because your time's valuable. You don't want to make a date with a girl and then just have her blow you off the last minute, like on a Thursday night, when maybe you got 2 nights a week that you're not working, you're not doing something. So you wait till Thursday, you call thinking you got a date. She's like, oh, I got to study, or I got to clean the house, or I haven't been feeling well all week, this or that, or whatever kind of fucking nonsense it happens to be. When she starts saying those kinds of things, she's going to look for a reason to not go out on a date. And so the idea is that's why you agree to definite plans. And if she gives you that call to verify nonsense, then what you got to do is withdraw the offer. You just say, well, hey, if you're not sure of your schedule, I only got a few nights a week I'm off, and I want to make sure I'm doing something fun. And if you're unsure, then why don't we just do it some other time? And then you pause and you wait for her to say something back. Now, if she really wants to see you, she'll go, no, it's okay. 8 o'clock on Thursday's fine. I'll see you there. It sounds great. Or she'll go, if she doesn't really care, she'll go, okay, we'll just do it some other time. And, her voice will be very, monotone. You can tell she doesn't get... And if she just says it like that, it means you just saved yourself money and time by not going out with her. And when she does that, wait 2 weeks, call her, try to get her to go out again. And if she gives you the same kind of wishy-washy bullshit, toss the number, delete it from your phone, and move on. She's out. So this is a really important concept for you to understand, but it's also, if you're just, barely hanging on and a girl throws this at you, she'll find you more attractive if you basically are willing to walk away if she's not really willing to make definite plans with you. And so women that you're, just barely hanging on by your fingernails, you just barely got a chance with, handling this properly is the difference between getting a date and being able to seduce her or getting blown off when you could have had a chance with her. So the idea is you want to do as many things right as you can to give yourself the best possible chance for success with most of the women that you meet. I've got this email here from a viewer, and he says, I got this girl's phone number about a week ago, and we set a date to meet tonight about 3 days after I got her number. When I called, she was making herself available. She even mentioned she could take a day off from work to hang out. Last night, a day before the date, I called to confirm our date, and she didn't pick up after her phone call. So I left a quick voicemail. About 10 minutes later, she called me back, saying she just got off work and was sorry for missing my phone call. We chatted a little before discussing about our date, and she said her weekend was terrible because she thinks she got alcohol poisoning or food poisoning for 2 days. And until Sunday, she was on her bed and she's been eating soup for 3 days. She said she didn't drink a lot, but it was something she ate before mixing with alcohol. And I said, oh my God, you're a bad girl, aren't you? And he says, my best friends told me I can't date bad girls anymore. She goes, I'm not a bad girl. And I said, whatever. Anyway, she said, is it possible if we could postpone our date? That's why you don't do the call to verify, because she wasn't that excited about going out with you. And now that you've called to verify, she's going, do I want to go out with them? Do I not want to go out with them? Do I want to go out with them? Do I not want to go out with them? Then he called to verify, okay, let's do it some other time. That's what happened. So it just tells me that she really wasn't that into you. Plus, who knows, maybe something you said on the phone. The idea is the phone is for setting dates. And so when you're, first off, you're calling to confirm, but you should never do that. And and this is why. This is why you don't call to verify, because this is what happens. You end up getting jerked around. You get some BS excuse about something that happened 3 or 4 days ago, and that's somehow still affecting her. And of course, oh, we got to postpone the date. And he says, okay, why don't you let me know when you're available? And she goes, well, would next Tuesday work for you? And I said, I'm not sure. How about we talk about it then at the end of the week, or Sunday works for me? Dude, you should be making a definite date, but instead you're leaving things up in the air, kind of like a woman would do. And that's why when you're on the verge of barely getting a date or getting rejected, when you act like this, she goes, I'll go out with him some other time. It's not a real big deal to her, and that communicates how interested that she is. But the way you're handling the phone, you're just kind of leaving things up to the air, not being direct, not getting to the point, not making a definite date. You're making yourself look weak, and that's why you're getting jerked around like you are. He said, and so we talked for 30 minutes total over the phone, and I made her laugh mostly. Well, you should have been talking for 30 minutes, because your idea is, the goal is to go out on a date with her, not to have a phone relationship with her. Plus, the more you talk on the phone without going out with her, the higher the likelihood is that you'll say something innocuous that turns her off. He says, so my thinking is now that, number one, she's got something better to do tonight, meaning she has low interest in me. Yep. But hearing stuff from her family, he takes that as meaning she has a high interest in me. And it's like, no, she's just giving you excuses. Number two, she looks like shit after throwing up, so she doesn't want to show up that way. It's possible. One rule I broke here is I invested my feelings of interest in her, and I didn't tell her I'm interested in her or anything. Well, she knows you're interested because you're calling her. And if you weren't interested, you wouldn't call her. So you're not keeping any big secret from her, dude. But I thought about being together with her in my head. What do you think, Coach? Well, I think the call to verify is what really killed you here. And yeah, the girl really wasn't that high on you to begin with. He says, one thing I said to her that got her laughing out loud was I asked her, so when you went into the club by yourself waiting for your friends, did any dudes come up to you with a lame pickup line? She said, well, there was this one guy who talked about whatever and wanted to buy me a drink, so I just walked away. I said, okay, so let's say you and I don't know each other, and I walk up to you and say, hey, can I buy you a drink? How would you respond? She goes, no, thank you. I said, and then he says, my response would be, thank God, I'm broke as hell. What's your name? She busted out laughing like there's no tomorrow. That's actually pretty fucking funny, dude. And she said, you don't say that, do you? In other words, she's going, you're not broke, are you? Because even though you're joking around about it, she wants to make sure you're not a broke, dude. I said, yeah, I used this once in a while when I was 22. Was this not necessary? He says, I just wanted to make her laugh. Yeah, none of this was necessary. This whole conversation was unnecessary. You simply should have been, when she said she couldn't make it, and she said, how about Tuesday? You should have said, oh, I can't Tuesday, but how about next Sunday? You got to make a definite date, definite plans, get off the phone. If she won't make definite plans, just withdraw the offer, just saying, hey, well, it sounds like you're not really sure your schedule, so why don't you give me a call next week when you figure it out, and we'll make plans then. Sound good? Great. And then you wait for her to get back to you, and then you go on about your life, because if she's not going to participate, if she's not going to call you back and communicate that she has some high level of interest in you, it's like, why waste your fucking time, dude? There's 6.5 billion people on this planet, dude. You can go to a mall right now where there's thousands of women. Right now, if you're like during normal business hours, right now, somewhere in the world, there is a mall that's open with thousands of beautiful women there that you can talk to and practice your skills on and get dates with. So you should not be putting all your eggs in one basket for a girl that's jerking you around like this. So if you have a question that you want to ask me, go to my website, click the Contact Me tab, which will be on the left-hand side of your screen, and send me 1 to 2 paragraphs max. And just give me several days to get back to you with a response. If you want to talk to me right away, the quickest way to get my help is to book a paid phone coaching session. And you can do that by going to my website, click the Products tab, which will be at the top of your screen, and just follow the instructions. If you want to get a digital version of my Kindle ebook on my website, underneath the email sign-up box, it's a box that has a link that'll take you right to the Amazon Kindle download page. Once you get there, if you don't have a Kindle device already, you can there on the right-hand side, there's a button you can click to download a free e-reader app for your smartphone, tablet device, or your computer. It only takes a matter of seconds to download and install the app and complete the purchase of my book. And if you appreciate the value of the information I offer in these video newsletters, the articles on my website, and my ebook, you can show your appreciation by going to my website. And on the Wibby toolbar, which will be at the bottom of your screen, click the PayPal donate button and donate any amount that you feel is equal to the value of the information. And I will talk to you soon.